I wanna hold them like they do in Texas plays. Hold them like with baby razors, stay with me. Knock out intuition, play the card, his face to start. And after he's been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart. Oh, oh, ow, 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 whoa, get him hard, show him what I got. Dirty babe, you see these shadows on display. I'll let you live on the stage. It's just I know what makes you feel this way. Take it to the chorus. Come here, girl. VIP. Drinks on me. Show me what I'm. Ah, look at that. Look at those legs. Look at that body. Ah, check that face out. Oh, que ficción. Que ficción. Que ficción. Que ficción. Que ficción.
Alright, so that was a really great audition, and when you started out, the audience was kind of skeptical, like, ooh, the posers, what are they trying to do here? But then they were really digging it, weren't they? And all of you were not there. Salali, you were there?
Yeah,
yes,
I was there.
You were there, and a few others as well, right?
Yeah.
Danny, who has been mentioned a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Danny.
Danny's a special one.
He was, yeah.
And Samo as well, who's the one with blonde hair in that video.
And you'll see him again with a different hairstyle later. But, so tell us, that particular platform that you performed in, I mean, was that kind of a launch pad for you all? Did you all like really shoot into like, because maybe you were known around Oxford and the university circuit, but now you're going national, right? So what did that feel like for you all?
Yeah, it was really, really good. So Out of the Blue does a lot of gigs in Oxford, and there's a huge festival in Scotland called the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, where we perform every year. And we did do some tours in America as well every year. But the great thing about Britain's Got Talent was that it just like upped our profile a lot. It meant we could get bigger venues and sing at a lot of cooler places with lots of different people. And it meant that we got to kind of share our music a lot more as well, which is great. We do a lot of musical workshops and stuff. And having that sort of video to send in an email to someone makes them much more willing to invite you into their school and teach your music to their kids as well. So it was all really fun.
And invite them into your country, because you are in Sri Lanka doing the same thing you're doing around UK as well, right? So tell us, all of you are really great at choreography. Anyone with two left feet?
Oh, this guy.
I think I have to really amazing.
So you get the parts with the. There was Fergus, I think, with the cocktail.
Back next to the guy. Behind me, behind Danny and people.
Yeah. So, Rob, how do you like the dancing? Because you're maybe one of the youngest in the group.
I'm the second youngest in the group.
Second youngest in the group. Yeah.
Dancing is something I struggle with a bit more. I like to think I'm more towards the musical side. But I think most of the time I get by.
Alright. So
I do just about enough.
You just have to get by. Get to the performance. So after this, we're going to come back and speak about your outfits and the suits you wear and how that's holding up in looking spick and span, gentlemen.
Do a twist.
Please, Patrick, go ahead. Work it. All right. We'll be working it even more right after this break. Stay with us on Good Morning Sri Lanka. You are back with us on a great episode of Good Morning Sri Lanka, and I am here with the rest of the all-male a cappella group from Oxford University, Out of the Blue. Hello, gentlemen. Good morning to you. How has your morning been so far?
Wonderful.
Good.
It's been fantastic.
Feeling all fresh this morning?
Yeah.
Performance as well. So the performance had a lot of energy in it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you all are carrying on that energy to the rest of the show. So don't let the title of Oxford University fool you. Now, as we saw in the previous segment, these guys are about balancing all of it. And that's something that we in Sri Lanka can do as well, right? So that's what you've been doing here in Sri Lanka, actually. So you were brought down by the Rotary Club of Moratuwa, who are hosting this project along with the Rotaract Club of the University of Moratuwa. And actually today you'll be hosting a workshop at the University of Moratuwa for Rotaractors as well as undergraduates. So, and you've been all around the island, right?
Yeah.
You've been to. It's fun to hear you all say the names of the places you all have been. Can someone just brief me on where have you been in Sri Lanka?
to Kurunegala
Maharagama.
All right.
and to Kandy.
We flew into Colombo. I remember that one. Colombo.
Colombo.
And we're going to go to Negombo in the end.
All right. So you've been here for a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Yeah, about
now?
a week and a half.
Yeah. And we've got
So
another
how
half
has
week
Sri
left.
Lanka been treating you?
Fantastically, yeah.
Yes,
It's an amazing
yeah.
place.
Yeah, with great warmth in every sense.
Thank you.
People are really, really kind, and it's such a pleasure to
That's
interact
great
with
to hear.
everyone.
That's great to hear. And Danny, now we spoke about you in the previous segment as well. I heard that you
Did
love
you?
Sri Lankan food.
I do like Sri Lankan food. I like it a lot. It's
And
nice
there are
and
some other
spicy.
things you enjoy as well. Tell us what you enjoy.
What I enjoy? I like spicy food.
Yes. And having fun with your mates, I heard.
How many times will I come back to haunt me? Yes, I love
You come
singing
all the
with
way to
mates.
Sri Lanka and you hear
It's
the
one of
same
my
thing.
favourite things to do. How did you know? How did you know that?
These guys told me. Ask Daddy this question. It's basically an inside joke, but they're laughing now.
It's
That's
true.
right.
I can't deny it. I can't deny it. That's why I'm still here 3 years later, 4 years later.
So, right, we are going to get down to finding out a little bit about each of you. So let's start with this gent on my left. Please, what's your name?
My name is Sam. I study sound technology and digital music. I've been with the group now for 3 years. And I really like to dye my hair different colours. You can't tell at the moment, but it's actually kind of a very, very dark blue, which you can only see in like a sort of really bright sunlight.
All right.
But I've done the whole rainbow before.
That's very interesting. I'm glad to know that you're into experimenting with hair color, because that's something every girl looks for. I'm just kidding.
What could I say?
Because you were there in the audition for Britain's Got Talent as well. And you were there and you had blonde hair. Isn't
That was like my worst hair day ever. It was really bad. I was supposed to have a haircut that morning, and I slept in, and almost actually missed the whole thing.
But I'm glad you were there in the video, because everyone got to see your blonde hair. Yes. And we have Fergus next.
Yeah. Hi. I study classics, so ancient literature and philosophy, and I've actually just finished.
Oh.
So I have to try and get a job now, which is a little concerning. You know, all those guys were trying to swoop in there with the moonlit dinners, but I'm actually about a head taller than all of them, so if you like your guys on the taller side, then I can deliver on that.
That's something that you have that no one else has.
Exactly,
right?
unique.
All right. I'm going for that then. Keep that in mind. All right. And next we have,
My name's Bio.
that's short for
It's short for Adebayo.
another footballer. I love this name.
yeah.
I do.
Thank you very much. I unfortunately don't enjoy dyeing my hair because I don't have quite as much. Neither am I as tall as Fergus, but I did used to be a dancer, and I love salsa dancing and singing.
It's always nice to have a man who can move.
Yeah.
All right. And the next gentleman.
Hi, I'm Jack. It's my only year in the group, unfortunately. I'm 19, and in my spare time I like to act and do cricket as well as singing. And I also can't guarantee any crazy hairstyles or height, but I am from London and I can show you all the sights.
And I love your accent.
Thank you very much.
But tell us now, cricket is one of your specialities. So that's really big here in Sri Lanka. Cricket is one of the things we really go for. And have you told anyone that you're a cricketer, and what's the response been like? Did they give you a bat and say, hey Machang, let's go have a little game somewhere?
I haven't actually stopped talking about cricket since I've been here. So, I'm very excited to be in a country which is so passionate about the game. So Danny and I here, we sang with Sri Lanka youth. We did a workshop with them, and at lunchtime we went out and got a bat out and started playing with the guys. So that was great
a lot
fun.
in Sri Lanka. Lunchtime you get a bat out and you start the game of cricket. So it's great to know that you have something in common with all the people here. So
Yeah, it's
I'll
great
keep
fun.
that in mind for you. All right then. And Danny.
Hi.
Hello.
My name's
How you
Danny.
doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I love singing with mates. It's one of my favourite things to do. I've just finished my degree, my master's degree in physics and philosophy. So now I'm free, is one way of putting it, or else I have to look for something to do, unemployed. So if anyone has a job, singing maybe, then let me know. I'm really enjoying my time in Sri Lanka. It's a fantastic place.
That's great to hear, and we're happy to have you here as well.
Thank you.
And the next gentleman, please go ahead.
Hi, my name's Will. I have just finished my first year studying engineering, and what something none of these guys have mentioned is like you've got to have to look after a woman, and I can cook a mean spaghetti bolognese.
I love spaghetti bolognese. Italian food? All right, we're going to chat after this. Maybe we can get a little cooking unit out here. And Ollie, hi. We had another Ollie in the previous segment as well.
He's the more important Ollie. I'm
sure that's not true.
you just choose
Don't
all
do
the
that to
music.
yourself. You look very special as well.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
So I'm a first year English student at Oxford, and this is also my first year in the group, and my first time in Sri Lanka, like everyone, which has been really fun. It's been hot, and also the food has been really hot. And unlike Danny, I'm not very familiar with spicy food. So
I'm glad that you got yourself introduced to some spicy food.
Yeah,
he's not.
So, I couldn't ask the other guys this question actually, but I really want to know what's the story behind the name Out of the Blue.
Oh, it's
Your pioneers named you Out of the Blue, and you're carrying on their name. So, what's the story behind the name?
So, it's not a long story. Oxford University preface all of their society's names with OU for Oxford University.
Okay.
And Oxford's colour is dark blue. So they thought, we've got OU and blue, what can we make with this? And we got Out of the Blue.
Out of the Blue.
This was all the way back in 2000. I'm sure we could think of some better names now.
But this is your trademark, right?
Yeah.
You guys are now Out of the Blue.
Stuck with it forever.
So what kind of demographic responds to you? I mean, I'm sure the ladies love it. Because the guy who can sing and, you can cook, you can dance, you can do all sorts of things. How's the response been so far for you guys, especially?
We've got the sort of 16-year-old range, which is, very giggly and fun. And then there's also the middle-aged range, which are very kind to us, and we have many great fans.
Right.
Mostly our parents.
Groupies are your parents. And they bring food for you, and they feed and water you, and they keep you well looked after, is it?
We like to appeal to as many different people as possible. We try and do a huge variety of range of songs. So we hope that there's something in it for everyone. And I think that's actually part of the reason why Out of the Blue was chosen as a name, because I think we do try to do unexpected things and try to vary it up as much as possible. So you don't quite know what you're going to get sometimes.
I think that's been reflected actually when we first performed to students here. The first look on their face was just what's going on in front of me. And so I like the fact that when people haven't seen us before, they're really, really surprised, which is really nice.
And I mean, that's what the name stands for, right? Out of the Blue.
Yeah.
So you also performed for President Bill Clinton.
Oh gosh, that was a long time ago.
Was it?
That's
So
right.
you guys were not around when they performed for the
I
president?
don't think any of us.
That was before even mine and Fergus's time.
Even when Fergus started. I like how we worded that. But what are the memorable performances you guys have done now? I know you did some in Sri Lanka, but just internationally, what really stands out for you guys?
Well, Britain's Got